Welcome back to Delisa Unfiltered. I'm your host, Delisa, and as you already know, the vibe here is we talk about things that matter for our spirits, our minds, and our hearts. No filters, just real talk. Today, we're diving deep into the necessary, sometimes messy, and absolutely beautiful process of healing. For too long, healing has been treated like a destination, but it's truly a daily practice. And that brings me to the incredible book that I'm chatting about today, Alexandra Elle's How We Heal. If you haven't ever heard of it, y'all, if you haven't picked it up, how about this? Pause it and run on over there and put it in your cart. Alexandra Elle is a master at weaving poetry, personal narrative, and practical reflection. One of the most powerful takeaways from this book is the concept that healing is not linear. We think that healing is a straight shot, but Elle reminds us that we have days where we feel like we're back at square one, and that's okay. Healing is a spiral. We revisit old wounds, but we do it with new wisdom and new tools. Another key point she drives home is the necessity of gentleness and self-compassion. We often are our own harshest critic, especially when we are trying to recover from trauma or a disappointment. Elle encourages us to treat ourselves like we would a best friend. Ask yourself, would I talk to my best friend or someone that I love like this? The answer is usually a resounding no. How We Heal gives us permission to be soft with ourselves. And finally, the book emphasizes taking radical ownership of your story. It's about acknowledging what happened to you, not to blame yourself, but to understand your narrative and to identify the next steps you need to take for your peace. It's an invitation to self-discovery, not a prescription or a quick fix. Now, let's talk about a tool that is deeply embedded in Elle's work. In the process of healing itself, writing is more than just journaling. It's a form of emotional excavation. When you put that feeling of anxiety or a memory down on paper, you do two powerful things. You externalize it. It stops spinning around in your head, losing energy in the process, and it becomes something separate from you. You can look at it, analyze it, and categorize it. Number 2, you create clarity. The act of forming sentences forces you to define a vague or swirling emotion. Is it anger? Is it sadness? Or is it fear? Naming it is the first step to owning and managing it. You don't have to be a poet or a published author. You can use morning pages. 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing first thing in the morning. The morning pages is a specific journaling technique developed by one of my favorite authors, Julia Cameron, in her book, The Artist's Way, a wonderful book that I read that helped me get unstuck as an artist. The morning pages involves a daily ritual of writing 3 pages of longhand stream of consciousness thoughts first thing in the morning. The key rules are: write about absolutely anything that comes to mind without censoring it or editing. Do not stop until you have filled up 3 pages though. The writing is for your eyes only. It's not meant to be reread right away or shared. The purpose is essentially a brain dump to clear your mind of worries, anxieties, and scattered thoughts. thereby creating clarity and unleashing creativity for the day ahead. You can write letters to people you never intend to send. You can write affirmations for the person you are becoming. Writing is the quiet time where your soul gets to speak the truth your mouth might never be ready for. It's really a form of affordable, accessible therapy. Healing can be solitary, but it shouldn't be isolating. That is why I want to put the idea of a healing-focused book club out into the universe. Imagine a book club where the focus isn't just on literary analysis, but on the practical application of the book's lessons. We don't need a wine and gossip club. We need a growth and grace gathering. A space where we can discuss how we actually integrated the self-compassion lessons from how we heal. What did we uncover in our journaling? How did we show up for ourselves? Community healing is ancestral work. We were never meant to carry all the burdens alone. Finding that small circle of trust, a tribe, that will hold space for your spiral without judgment, that is a critical step in healing. Let me know in the comments below if you're down to start one. As we wrap up this episode of Delisa Unfiltered, remember this: you are worth the time it takes to heal. Be gentle with the process. Grab your journal and let the truth of your story lead you forward. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that this one gave you a gentle nudge, something that you may have needed to continue your healing journey. To my sisters, my queens, my fellow freedom fighters in truth, Alafia, go in peace and sovereignty. To my Muslim family around the world, Ma'asalama, may your journey be safe. And to my Yoruba people, for resilience, for strength, Odabo, we shall meet again. Peace and power, Yah. I'll catch you on the next one.